Tesla finally has released a native Apple Music app for all of its vehicles. And so in this video, we're just gonna quickly go over what you can expect to see if you haven't already downloaded it, and just kind of how Apple Music works for your Tesla. The first thing you're gonna need here is the new Tesla Holiday Update, aka version 22.44.25, which will give you access to Apple Music alongside a bunch of other new features. And then you're just gonna wanna open up the Apple Music app on your Tesla, and you'll see a QR code that you'll need to scan with your iPhone. This will bring up a quick prompt to authorize Tesla to have access to your account. You'll sign in, and then once everything is approved, the app will actually just automatically refresh, and you'll see Apple Music on your Tesla. Now at the top, you'll see your Listen Now, Browse, Radio, and Library navigation tabs. Now these pages will feel very similar to what you would get in the Apple Music app on your iPhone or your iPad, and it offers up most of the same content, which is very nice to see. From a navigation standpoint, it is crazy to see just how much better Apple Music is already over Spotify, which has been in Tesla vehicles for a few years now. Now, I'm a Spotify fan. Most of you know I'm a daily user and have been using it since day one, and I'm not an Apple Music fanboy by any means. It's crazy how much better the capabilities are and how much better the optimization is for this specific app on your Tesla. Apple Music comes right out of the gate fixing some of the more annoying issues that I have had with Spotify over the last couple of years. The perfect example is if you are listening to a playlist and you end up really liking the song and you want to hear more from that album. You can actually tap on the album text here and it takes you straight to that album. That's not a novel concept by any means, I know, and it's shocking how cool that is for me, but that's something that I have not had specifically with the Tesla app for Spotify inside of this car. It just restarts the song over again if you try to do that. You can also tap on the artist and that takes you to the main artist page, and it even just looks so much better on Apple Music over Spotify. You get the full artist image banner here at the top. You get best album recommendations for artists that applies to. You get to see the top songs, and you get a list of albums as well as singles and EPs, which is another really weird quirk in the Spotify app that's immediately fixed. So if I go to the artist page, I see all of the albums, but not singles or EPs when in the Spotify app, which is so strange. And so that's immediately, again, a big bonus for me because now I can see the entire catalog and I don't have to go into search and remember what the name of that EP or single might be if I want to find it. That's the only way you can do that on the Spotify app for Tesla. So navigation is mostly excellent here, and it fixes all of the minor problems that, were fine to me when Spotify was really the only other real music app of choice. I mean, Tidal was introduced last year, but I mean, the more competition, the better. And this really makes the thought of me switching to Apple Music full-time so much more enticing because I listen to music a lot in my car. I will say that visually scrolling through artists like this, it looks good, but it's not ideal to have to scroll all the way to the bottom and then skip to the next page, especially if you have a lot of pages and then you have to repeat that process. That part could use a little work. Also, another thing that I'm noticing here and that is worth mentioning is that not all of my music library is available, and it's mostly just the ones that are found on Apple Music, but I have music from back in the day that's not technically found on the streaming service, and so I signed up for iTunes Match a long time ago, which basically gave me my ability to import all of the songs I downloaded over the years into the Apple Music app, and so that I can stream it wherever I'm at. And so I noticed that those aren't available inside of your artist library or the albums or the songs. But I have noticed music that I've added locally to Apple Music recently, like if something downloads on my computer and it automatically opens up Apple Music and starts playing it, that gets automatically added to your library. And so under here in recently added, I am able to play and see those songs. But if I try to tap to take me to the artist or the album, it will not do that. So a little bit of a quirk there, not entirely sure why iTunes Match library songs are not popping up, but just something to keep in mind. The other thing that's definitely worth mentioning here is sound quality, and I'm a little bit disappointed because, well, Apple primarily has an advantage in all of its apps with sound quality over Spotify, but in the Tesla app, it seems as though lossless, Dolby Atmos, obviously spatial audio, all of the other higher end audio capabilities or functions is just not available at this time. And so that is a little bit of a bummer. Maybe it'll get added later on down the road. Hopefully it does. At least maybe, a higher bitrate or better quality support would be nice, but I can understand why it might not be available at least right now. And so yeah, that's the Apple Music app inside of Tesla vehicles. Again, it's available across all of them. So the Model S, the Model 3, the Model X, and the Model Y. So definitely be sure to install the latest 22.44.25 update if you don't see it in your car in order to get this app. And of course, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. This has been Dan with Mac Rumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.